What up, you 7, aka Ace Dynamo, aka Alias Ace Man, and I'm back, man. Go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. Excuse me. Go ahead and like, share, and subscribe, man. Go ahead and hit that notification bell, man, so every time I drop a video, you get it right hot off the press, man. As you can see from the title above or the title below, depending on what device you're rocking on, let's talk about the Xbox Series X versus the PS5 and game sales, man. Now, this could be controversial, but just keep in mind, this is my opinion when it comes to the state of games on both consoles. So let's get right into it, man. As you can see right now, I got this Guilty Gear Strive playing. Beautiful game. If you don't have it, if you are a fighting game fanatic, this is a must-have game right here. It's one of the most beautiful games ever made. But, on to the show. So, the Xbox Series X and the PS5 has been out for like a little over a year now. And we all know that when the Xbox Series X came out, it released with no launch games at all. Zero. Absolutely no games. PS5 released with a handful of games. Some were hit, some were missed. But traditionally, Sony does what it does, and that is bring out new hardware and have games to go with it. That way, once again, you're enticing people to buy your product. And once again, with these exclusive games, especially PlayStation, always have exclusive game tied to the console. When you launch games with new hardware, you give an incentive to buy the console. So PlayStation does what it does. Sony does what it does, right? Microsoft, on the other hand, has did this twice now. This is the second time that they've released new hardware without any launch games. They did it for the Xbox One X, and they did it with the Series S and the Series X. Don't ask me why, but that's what they chose to do. It's not a good look at all. Because if you're new to console gaming and you go to the store, go to GameStop or whatever, and you like, hey, Microsoft got out a new Xbox, you're going to want to pick up that console, and you usually like to pick up, whatever game is built for that hardware. So for the people that, actually got into gaming, since the pandemic, when they went to the store to drop that big $500 on that Series X, I'm pretty sure they asked, "Hey, what's the hottest game on the Series X?" And they were told Game Pass. See, as well with Sony, when you went to go pick up the PS5 or ordered it offline, however how you got it, you ask the question. You say, "Hey, what games? You know what I'm saying? What games is built for the PS5?" Oh, they had Sackboy, they had Demon Souls, the remake, they had Miles Morales, they had the Spider-Man Miles Morales joint. What else did they have? Um, All-Star Destruction All Stars. Um, Gosh, they had a lot of games. I can't think of them right now, but they had a lot of games at launch. So, when you picked up a PS5, you could definitely get a game built for the PS5. On the other hand, Xbox, they didn't have nothing to offer. Now, let's get into the meat and potatoes. The games. Now, I know on the Xbox platform they have Redfall and Starfield and games like that coming. We don't know what these games are about. We don't know what they're going to look like. We have no idea. Most likely they're going to be cross-generation. Um, it seems like that's where we're stuck at right now. We're kind of stuck in this cross-generation thing. Due to the chip shortage, if you haven't heard, Sony is going to start back production with the PS4, which sucks. because that keeps us stuck with cross gaming again for longer. You see what I'm saying? Like it's about to get crazy because we want to move on from last gen to current gen. But if they put in the PS4 back in rotation, that means that this whole cross gen thing is going to continue. That means we're never going to get the best version to the PS5 versus them cutting out the PS4 and just start specifically making games for the PS5. Same thing with Xbox. You know, the bad part about Xbox is that they actually have the Series S, and the Series S is weaker than last gen consoles like the PS4, PS4 Pro, Xbox One X. The Series S, excuse me, is the new generation console, but it's weaker than last gen console. See, as with the PlayStation 5, whether you get the digital or the disc, it's the same. It has the same specs. The only thing that you're not getting is the disc drive. But you still getting a beefy PS5. No matter you get it digital, all digital, or with the disc. That's the best part to that. Now, the games. The games. We already know Sony has a lineup of games coming. We already know Sony like to put out them bangers. We already know. I mean, you could be watching NFL or the NBA, and while they're opening up the games to these sports events, you see Sony games playing at the sport events. You know what I mean? Kind of like how God of War, when the Golden State Warriors would play, when they would open up during the lineup, you would see God of War playing on the floor. You know what I mean? Like, this is what Sony do. Sony is great at marketing. They are very good at marketing their products. I mean, their software. You know, of course, they're a hardware company. Sony has always been a hardware company. For those that don't know, and Microsoft has been a software company. Now, you would think that Microsoft would put more effort into their software with the money that they have, you know? I mean, their pocket's a little bit deeper than Sony's, you know what I mean? So you would think that Microsoft would put, you know, a lot of their money into their software so they can bring out these AAA bangers, you know what I mean? But they don't. They don't. They would rather give you Game Pass and give you backwards compatibility. That's what they would rather give you for the next gen hardware, which is the Xbox Series X and the S. The only thing you can look forward to is playing old games. Both consoles is going to be cross-gen. Both consoles is going to be cross-gen. Phil Spencer has been pimping the Xbox out, any Xbox fanboys, all last generation. He gave the Xbox fanboys no games. Y'all didn't get no games for last generation. Remember, the whole thing was TV, 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 and wait to E3. Wait to the next show. Wait to this drop. Wait to that. Remember, it was the wait, wait, wait feature. You know what I mean? TV, TV, TV. Wait, wait, wait. TV, TV, TV. As well as last gen, for the PS4, Sony was dropping banger after banger after banger after banger, AAA, AA, blockbuster, exclusive bangers, man. Now, it just seems, and you know, like I said, this is my opinion, but I don't understand how Microsoft can let Sony always have better software, and they're a software company. Here's the thing. Sony is a hardware company, and Microsoft can't outdo them in hardware, obviously. You know what I mean? Yes, the Series X is the most powerful console with the 12 T-flops, right? And the PS5 has the 10 T-flops, 9 T-flops, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't matter. The PS5 still outperforms the Series X at every turn. At every turn. So, and keep in mind, they're the same price. They're the same price. But yet you get more bang for your buck if you get the PS5. What console everybody wants is the PS5. People getting beat up, people getting robbed, people getting set up for the PS5. You don't hear no stories about nobody getting robbed or set up or beat up for the Series X or the S. You don't hear that at all because it's not happening because nobody wants the Xbox. That's true. Don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. I'm just telling you what it is. You yourself, Xbox fanboys, you haven't heard nobody get beat up by the Series S or the X. You haven't heard nobody. But you hear stories almost every week about somebody getting robbed or jacked. You know what I mean? For the PS5. Now, where the games are. The games are coming for both sides. Like I said, the downside is we're going to get cross-gen games for both systems. Whether it's Starfield, they still got to run on every system from the Xbox One all the way up to now. And when we get like Spider-Man 2, it's going to have to run for the PS4, PS4 Pro, and the PS5. So there's 3 consoles for the PlayStation. Xbox has like 6 or 7 consoles. You got the Xbox One, the Xbox One S, Xbox One X, the Series S, the Series X, and oh gosh, there's so many acronyms. Yeah, I'm missing like the 1 or 2 consoles, but as you can tell that, Microsoft developer got to develop for a lot of systems. As on the other hand, Sony only has to develop for 3, which still sucks, but it's better than developing for like 6 or 7 consoles. You know what I mean? Now, we're going to talk about the comparison with games. And I think the reason why the games look the way they do on the Xbox is because of Game Pass and the mentality of the Xbox fanboys. They don't like to buy games. So think about that for a minute. If the Xbox fanboys don't like to buy games, where do that leave developers? Keep in mind they put in years to make these games. They put in a lot of work, a lot of hours, time away from their family and friends to make these games. Now, when they finish these games and complete these games, they put it on Game Pass. Game Pass costs $1. You're already defaming and defunding your game. You are literally defaming and defunding your game by putting it on Game Pass because these Xbox fanboys only feel that these games are worth $1. And that's sad, man. That's sad because these games cost millions of dollars. These games usually cost more than movies to make nowadays. Like for instance, Halo Ink Finish. I know it's called Halo Infinite, but I call it Halo Ink Finish. That game cost over $500 million to make. And when they was finished with it, it still was incomplete. They never finished it. There's so many modes missing from Halo. There's not even co-op for Halo. You know? There's not even co-op. So it makes you wonder, who's lying? Who's lying? Because how do you spend over $500 million, $500 million with an M? How do you spend that much on a game for it to be incomplete and for it to be half done and for it to be missing a lot of features? Now, I'm not saying Sony is any better because it's really not on Sony, the actual company itself. It's on the devs. The devs are the ones who make the game. They the ones that decide when it comes out. You know what I mean? When they talk to their shareholders, when these games should be released or whatnot. They got a time frame. They got to get these games out. The thing is, on both sides, there's a lot of incomplete games. We're going down a slippery slope here, y'all. Pause. We're going down a real slippery slope. Because if these devs keep putting less work into these games, what's the point of us even buying these next gen consoles? I mean, there is no point to the Series X. I'm just gonna be real with you. There is no point to the Series X. Why? Because all their games is on PC. If you already have a PC, you're gonna play the best version of all the Xbox games, whether they're old or new. You know, whether they old or new, you're gonna always play the best version. You know, on the PS5. You know, with this whole cross-gen thing on both sides, we're never gonna get the true absolute version of next gen hardware until they cut these old systems off. See, Microsoft is not planning on cutting none of this off. They're going to keep on supporting the old Xbox One back from 2012 up to now. See, eventually, Sony's going to cut off the PS4 and the PS4 Pro. You know, through the articles that I've seen, they wanted to cut off the PS4 last year, but because of the pandemic and the chipset shortage, they're about to put the PS4 back into production, which leaves us at a point of these companies, these devs have to develop for old gen again. So we're going to be stuck in there for a while, guys. We're going to be stuck in there for a while. And it sucks. It sucks. Because I really want to see what the PS5 is capable of doing. I really want to see them harness the power of the PS5. And if you own a Series X, it's a bad start from you already. It's already a bad start because your launch with 0 games. The only best version of the game you get to see is from Game Pass. Everybody that has an Xbox that plays Game Pass games, they don't like none of the games. They don't play none of the games. They feel like it's only worth $1, and they still don't want to play those games, even for $1. Ask any Xbox fanboys, what games do they play in Game Pass? They would tell you they play Game Pass, meaning they don't play any games. You can't play the service. You have to play the games within the service. But the Xbox fanboys do not play the games within the service. So they say, we play Game Pass. What they're really trying to say is, we paid $1 for games that we don't play. Okay? We play $1 and then you got to pay $15 a month or whatever. What's the point of paying $1 and then $15 every month thereafter, and you're not even taking advantage of the $1 entry fee? You see? At least with Sony, they put out these good games. They put out these AAA exclusive bangers. And, hey, if they sell them for $60, $70, they sell. Sony games sell. Whether it's $60, $70, $49.99, it don't matter. Sony games sell because they have quality games that they put out on a platform. That you don't have to worry about. What I'm worried about is these cross-gen games, man. It's going to hold back the PS5. It's going to hold back the Series X. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. That's what's going to happen. You're going to end up like Oh No Alex and Marlon Gaming Nation. You know, trying to cater to the Xbox fanboys, you know. Knowing that it's not a good look. It's not a good look for gaming in a whole. You know. So, I'm just letting y'all know, if y'all looking to game, like as gaming, if you want quality games, I would say keep your PS4 or try to find you a PS5 or a PS4 Pro, because Sony's going to give you the good bangers. They're going to give you the quality games, okay? If you're looking for mediocre, cheap games, you don't have to pay a lot of money. Literally, you don't have to hardly pay nothing. Get an Xbox. The Game Pass is full of fodder. It's a lot of fodder in the Game Pass. I mean, they're old games, back from the Xbox One, all the way back to the triple OG Xbox, the one with the big green X with the circle in the middle. That's what Game Pass offering you. Those old games. I mean, those that's back from what, 2002. Like, it's super old. So it's a matter of convenience. It's a matter of preference as well. Like those big blockbuster exclusive games, rock with Sony. If you're looking for cheap gaming, just to get your feet wet, and just play any type of game, um, just play any type of game like this. They really don't have no kind of title, really no mascots or anything like that. Just get an Xbox because, like I said, they didn't launch with any games, so um, you get Game Pass, you pay your dollar, and there you have it. Keep in mind, a lot of these controllers for the Xbox cost more than the actual console. Like, Xbox controllers usually cost like 250, 300. The console itself is $300 entry fee. Okay, so I'm just kind of letting y'all know. If it's games that y'all want, go with the Sony platform. But if you're just looking just to say, hey, I'm concurrent with next gen gaming, then get you a Series S, or X, and yeah, you have Game Pass. Game Pass is, like I said, I don't know why the Xbox fanboys call it a free service, even though they pay for the service. But once again, that's the logic of the fanboys. That's how fanboys think. They actually have money taken out of their credit cards and say it's free. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's your boy HCL7, man. I just had to drop this quick video on y'all, man. Go ahead. If y'all was sub to me before, go ahead and resub to me again, man. Because, like I said, my channel got jacked up. I'm starting over. It's all good. Can't be mad about it. I mean, I did what I could, but it is what it is. Yeah, support your boy, man. Support your boy. I'm out here trying. I'm out here doing what I can. You know what I mean? I like making videos, but sometimes sometimes you want somebody to support you, and sometimes, I mean, a lot of people, I don't get no support. I'm just being honest. Nobody supports my channel. Um, But that's still not going to stop me from making videos. You know what I mean? Because I enjoy talking about games. Um, I enjoy letting y'all know what's going on in the gaming community and whatnot. So I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm gonna keep doing my passion and keep doing what I enjoy doing. Um, You don't have to worry. Nobody gives me shout outs. Nobody mentions my name in their podcast. Even though I do shout out to people, you know what I mean? It is what it is. It is what it is. Um, I'm gonna just keep doing me. I'm kind of in this alone, and it's all good. It's all good. Um, I still support the people I support. So shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to y'all. I just want everybody that watches my videos to know that nobody supports me. Nobody supports me. Nobody shouts me out. Nobody says anything about my channel, my content. Nobody says anything. You know? So just know this is always just me. It's always me. You know? And that's how it is. That's how it is. It's a cold world out here. It's a cold world out here. Um, yeah, it's your boy ACL7, man. Appreciate y'all stopping through. Appreciate the love. Y'all be safe out there. Um, Stay away from the crazies, the people that don't like to wear masks and gloves. Stay away from them people. The Omicron is going crazy. The COVID is going crazy. The new variants is going crazy. All this stuff out here going crazy with this pandemic, man. So be safe out there, man. Be real safe out there. And on that note, man, I'm out of here. Exclusives, exclusives, exclusives. Yeah.